All right, man. How did we meet? How did we meet?
I have no
How
idea.
did you and how long have you been? How long have you known each other for? Like half a decade?
Yeah. No, we've known each other like almost 10, over 10 years, man. You
Over
know that,
10
right?
years.
Yeah, we met when we were
Yeah.
like 20, 24, 3 or
That means
24.
that's a third of my life. Like
Uh,
a fifth of your life.
a fifth. Oh, okay, cool. At least I know that you know some math. Um, yeah, no,
Young
so
is 50.
yeah,
But if you're 50-year old, you have a really young face. That could be
thanks,
good. You know,
thanks,
my dad
man.
has a young face.
Thanks, man. Shame about your face, but okay, cool.
And people say I'm young. I don't know if it's a good thing. Is it good to be old and have a young face?
I think
Like for
that's
a man?
I think that's nice, man, to have like be old and have a young face. I'm not. It's not the age of your face isn't the problem. It's just your face. Yeah,
Oh, it hurts.
that's what calling me 50.
All right.
Anywho,
I think
I'm not
I
50.
think our top. Actually, do you want to change? Our initial topic is how do we meet? But how about how important is your face in business? How important is your face in business?
Actually, why don't we have a conversation about how important is your appearance in business?
Yep.
How about that?
Yeah, this is still. This is what we're gonna. This is a recording, right? Yeah.
It's recording, man. It's
Yep.
recording. But
We'll use this. We'll use
we're
this clip.
keeping this
This is
part
it.
in. We're
This
keeping
is
this
it.
part in. We're never
All right.
changing this
This is
part.
it. Cool.
All
I
right.
forgot to put my makeup on.
Yeah. Nah, dude, that won't help. So
Oh.
uh yeah, so in my opinion, right, I'm not against people dressing up for business and meetings and like, you know, having a very professional outlook. I just don't think it's as important as some people portray it to be. So I'm very much a t-shirt, jeans type person, but like for meetings now, I kind of put on like a shirt sometimes, but it's still jeans most of the time. What
Jeans,
about
just
you?
topless.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Why on earth?
Um, Joe, who we had on the podcast, I don't know if he'll be out by the time this clip is out. He had a really good point about what you wear in business, and he
Mhm.
recommended that you dress sort of similarly to whoever you're trying to sell to or conduct business with.
Yeah.
And I guess the psychology behind that is that we kind of like who we are. Okay,
Hmm.
that's why they say in job interviews you try and subtly mimic the body language of the person interviewing you.
Yeah.
And in my experience, when I applied for jobs in the past, whether that was a contributing factor, like it did lead to successful job interviews.
Yep, yep.
Um,
I've seen Dave mimic everybody all the time. He's really good at it. He
I
has
do
no
it in a mocking way.
he has no personality, so he's just basically just like he's a parrot. He's just like, oh, this is my life now.
This is my life now,
Yeah.
and I just copy and
Oh,
copy
oh, that's really nice, man. No, but
until it
like,
gets violent.
so, Dave. So, like, what about like, do you dress up when you have business?
Yeah, I think I do, but I'm naturally just really lazy when it comes to everything. So I do. I've gotten in
I
trouble for
can
time.
attest to that. I can attest to
Yeah.
that.
I've gotten in trouble when it comes to being lazy with the way I dress. I've been corrected a lot of times, but generally I've found that it works in a business setting. Dressing to the kind of vibe that
Hmm.
whoever you're trying to persuade or do business with does work. And they say what's wrong with being yourself? Well, you still are being yourself. You're just being your best self, right? You don't go to a job interview in your underwear unless you're towing.
Only
Generally, you are the
once.
better version of yourself.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, to be honest, at most interviews, I'm pretty terrible. So that's
Yeah.
why I started my own thing because it's really bad at
But
interviews.
but then again, people said trends like before the Silicon Valley, before Mark Zuckerberg, before Steve Jobs was wearing sneakers. People were all in business suits. Steve Jobs used to wear a business suit. Then at some point, he just changed into
Yeah, once he made so much
oh
money that he didn't really care who he met, I think
yeah,
Steve Jobs just
exactly.
said, like, screw it. Right.
Yeah, what are your thoughts about that? So
Oh,
now it's okay
the
to
New Balance sneakers, your mom
yeah
jeans, and your polo, long sleeve
yeah.
polo. Nah, man,
All this,
I ain't into that. I
but
ain't.
you're into casual in your environment. But let's say you had an employee who always wore suits. Would you think of them quite differently?
Yeah, we'd make fun of him for sure, him or her for sure, but I think we also have a culture that kind of says you do you, yeah. So to be honest, in my company, everybody kind of dresses really poorly. Like even from like business meetings, I'm like, why are you wearing that? They're like, eh. I'm like, okay. So they sit in the back. Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's just like we pick somebody up on the way. Sorry. Just like,
A homeless person. And this, yeah, we were trying to do what CSR, and we get this person.
yeah,
They looked hungry, and yeah.
yeah, pretty much, man. What about you, man? When you used to work for in studio culture and the previous agencies and like companies, like were you always told to like dress up and like be really formal?
No, we were kind of like smart casual, a bit less than that. We were very casual. Like, I mean, we all wore shoes. But if you listen to that podcast episode, there was an occasion where I wore thongs and shorts, but that was a one-off occasion.
Because you
But
got
then
scolded.
yeah, by the business partners.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they had a point. But I think fashion and appearance does matter a lot. Um, yeah, and even a culture where it is laid back. I think if someone tried to dress up differently from the employer's style and their preferences,
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't merge so well. I think we
Oh,
can say we'll be accepting of them, but I
mhm.
think there will still be a deep subliminal thing going on.
Oh, can I share a really funny story, man?
Yep,
When I think I would have been like 26. I was working for a company. It was a technology gaming and gaming company.
yep,
Um, yeah, so I would dress. There was no dress code, so I would come in like shorts, flip flops, t-shirt,
yep,
and I always thought, okay, I'm gonna be like the most dressed down or the worst dressed person there, right?
yep,
There's one guy, no matter what you could be wearing like, ripped shorts
yeah,
and like no t-shirt and like just like smelling and you just go to
yeah,
office, he'll be dressed
yeah.
worse than you. There's no way you could beat him. Like the day
What do
I wore like an old t-shirt that had a tiny hole in the back, and like I didn't even know it had a
yeah,
hole when I wore it. Like shit,
yeah,
it looks really bad. The dude was wearing Crocs, those workout shorts that you get when you go to the army in Singapore. They give you these free
yeah,
workout shorts that you get. They're really horrible
yeah.
and very short.
He
And
was wearing Crocs with socks.
I don't think he had socks on, but he was wearing like a singlet, but it was like white,
Yeah,
but had turned off white because he'd worn it for so long, I think.
yeah,
And it was, I mean, I'm not going to say there were a lot of holes because I think there were more holes than fabric left in it.
yeah.
And I think he worked in finance or something like that, man. That's what he wore like every day. There's no way we could, and I kept on thinking. And then I think after I saw that, I started putting a little bit more effort in my dressing. Like I started wearing pants, like jeans, like this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
got to
wore
rip your
shoes
Crocs.
all the time. I was just like, nah, I don't want to be that guy. And so you're right? Because I was never told to dress up. No one ever said you're too dressed down for this, or like you're not professionally dressed. I saw that guy and said I don't want to be that guy, right? I'm not gonna be formal. I'm not gonna wear a suit or anything, but I just didn't want to be that guy. And no
Man,
offense to
what's wrong
him,
with Crocs?
he might have been a really nice guy. Crocs suck, dude. He might have been a really nice guy for all I know. I never spoke to him, but I'm never gonna wear what that guy wore. That's all I can say.
Let's say you're in a shitty job, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it's your last day. So it's the end of the world, but for some reason you have to go to work.
How
What would you
stupid are you to go to work and when you know it's the end of the world? You're just like, I gotta send out the report though. They're depending on me.
These guys need me to
Yeah,
reply to that email or send
yeah,
that fax. They need
yeah,
me.
yeah.
All right, let's say it's the last day of work, and whatever you do won't count for anything in the future.
Mhm.
What would you wear?
Oh man, it's all about not wanting to burn bridges, dude. Like I can
Be too
honestly say
safe.
a lot of places that I worked at, man, I would burn those bridges down with flamethrowers. No offense to anyone, but I really would. But something kind of told me you got to be professional, so I would always be really professional. I'd show up, I'd sit there for a lot of amount of time. I wouldn't cause a scene. I'd during lunchtime, I'd be like, I hate everybody. Go and have my lunch by myself, and then I'd go home at
Jesus Christ.
5:59.
Yeah.
Like just one final fuck you. I'm like, I'm leaving a minute early, and I run off.
And then everyone's like,
No, everyone's like, who's that guy?
burn bridges.
Like, who was that guy? We never seen him before. Like, I've worked here 4 years. I'm like, I've never seen him.
Yeah,
That's it, man. Like I mean, that's what I would do.
I'd probably go naked.
Man, you had a lot of experience, man. Like your last days at jobs, you had a lot of experience.
Exactly. A lot, but then my last days with Josh, I did have a lot of last days. I should have gone naked. Like if you can come back, go back. I should have gone naked. Like I don't think it. Well, I haven't finished life yet, but as of now, if I rocked up on my last day naked, it wouldn't have impacted anything else in my future. As of now, but it would have given me more confidence to walk around naked.
I don't know why you need to have that confidence in the first place, though. Like I feel like this is, that skill or that thing you're learning that might not actually be worth it. Like I just want to. Wait, are you scared to walk around naked in your own room, man? Like just by yourself?
I am. You walk around topless even with people around. Like I've
Man, I
seen
don't
you walk
care,
around
man. I genuinely don't
topless,
care.
and just in your underwear, man. Like it's
Yeah,
very.
I
I'm
genuinely don't
uncomfortable.
care. I genuinely don't care. So I would, and this is not a joke. Is because I'm very comfortable in my skin. I don't care, and I do definitely put on pants
Yeah.
and like at least like shorts and like a t-shirt now if there
Yeah.
are people around, because it's just not polite. But in my own house, if I'm wearing clothes, I failed as a person. I'm just like, what am I doing? It's my house. I'm gonna be free.
So you're back to like your very first, your primal state,
Kind
caveman.
of,
You're just
man.
like
It's kind of
burning
it's kind of
things.
where you're the most like comfortable, right? In your skin. I mean, like thinking about it, that maybe that's why I like to dress down, because I just feel as though every time I put more layers on top of me, I just feel like you're going further and further away from who you are. And in
Oh,
business
that's
as
really
well, like
deep.
in business, I think you're at your best when it's who you are, because your quality is going to be the same. You're always going to be doing something that is a representation of you, right? That's why you dress homeless, because it's who you are. No offense.
There's nothing wrong with homeless people. I think it's
No, I
a
never said there's
serious.
anything wrong. I said you are
I'm,
homeless.
I'm not. I'm in a house right now.
Yeah, but it's not yours, man. I we know that.
But
um,
yeah. Um,
I threw you for a loop calling you
I'm just
homeless.
letting that sink in.
Yeah. No, man, but it is what it is. Dude.
Yeah.
But man, that's really depressing, man. It made me think about my life. It made me think about the reason I don't like to put a t-shirt on and stuff like that.
That's really deep.
Yeah. No, but
That's really
it's
deep.
what I believe. To be honest, it's really what I believe, because that is where I'm most comfortable.
All right. So everyone listening, Tony is saying, if you like to wear clothes, you hate yourself.
Yes
You hate who
and
you are.
no. Yes and no. I think if you
He's
like,
saying for sure, 100%, you be naked. Don't
yeah,
go to
no.
the nude beach.
If that's your primal state, right? You should be naked. Like honest truth, you should.
I wouldn't if it's hot, because even if you're wearing pants, you've seen people stand up and there's a little hole of sweat, right? There's a little circle of
Yeah,
sweat.
I mean, yeah. If you're staying in a really hot place, right, then wearing less clothes is actually just makes sense, right? Would I lay down a towel on the couch before I sit down? Yeah,
No,
but
I've seen you sit down. You don't lay
not
down. You don't
not
care.
not naked, man. Not naked. I won't do that,
Uh,
dude. That's just
and I
disrespectful to everybody.
and I like to embrace, those poles in trains. And if I'm naked, it's gonna leave my sweat marks everywhere.
Man,
But
I'm
I
just
guess
I'm really not talking about being naked outside. Man. Everything I just said was about being in your own space that you control, and it's just
comfortable in
you.
your own skin. The
Yeah,
real
like
clothing is our own skin. And do you love who you are? Do you love what you look? That's deep.
yeah, man.
We're not
It
even
really is.
drinking tonight.
Yeah, I've been drinking, but that's different.
Oh, really?
No,
Have
man,
you really?
I haven't been drinking. I've been
All right.
staying.
So okay, this is like the end of a sitcom moment where we realize where there's a narrator and there's like a montage of different characters and there's a
Mhm.
song, and then you'll be there saying like, the truth is, what true beauty is accepting myself for who I am, something like that, and then there's like a nice song.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, that's how it
What
goes, man.
song is that? Is that you, have you been
I
thinking
think
about
that's from
that song?
Scrubs, man. I think that's from Scrubs. Like they did like
Yeah,
the ending montage was usually like that. Like they always had like the sitcom thing where you would
yeah,
learn, that'd be like the narrative would
a lesson. Yeah,
lesson of like what you learn from the episode. I think the lesson people are going to take from this episode is that we're just really sad in general. And when you just have a conversation, both of us, it just goes off the rails.
it
But
just
like
goes
in the
off
most
the.
it's just most mundane way ever. It's like, so like, do you just like to walk around with our clothes? Me too. Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about TED Talk sometimes. I'm like, wow, that's a really insightful message, and I keep watching for like 20 minutes, or however long it takes, and then
Yeah.
afterwards, like, what the fuck? What am I going to do with this information?
Yeah,
And I do
man.
not, I don't change as a person.
Well, hold
I
on,
don't change in my
but
attitude.
do you hate TED? Do you hate TED Talks?
No.
Do you think it's stupid?
I share the link to people too. It's like, this is an amazing video, but then afterwards, I don't even remember
But
what
you do it because you want to seem like
I know
you're
stuff. Like, I'm a
thoughtful.
thought leader. Thought
Yeah.
leader.
Yeah, but the thing is, no one, man, you have so few followers on like on any social platform, so it's just
Hey,
really embarrassing.
I've got 10 followers in
You got like
in
12
face in Friendster.
you got 12 connections on LinkedIn, man, and but there's all you just family. You made them create
Yeah,
LinkedIn
they're
accounts.
just fake names, fake stock photos.
Yeah, it's really weird, man.
Like, and then all their bios is like, oh, David's so cool.
It's like hi-fi recommendations, man. Like remember
Yeah.
hi-fi?
Yeah.
Oh, there's like your friend recommendations and stuff, and like, oh, it's really terrible, man. All right,
Oh,
man. Hmm?
have you ever yeah, we're going off topic. I hope my hope for this video or this clip, well, now it's getting longer. We're meant to do a short clip. Is that whoever listens to this afterwards goes, "What the hell did I just listen to? I wasted my time." And that you subscribe and like and follow us on social media. Business over drinks.
Yep. Welcome to our TED Talk.
Can this
That's
be
how.
it? Do you want to make this an episode?
Yeah, let's make an episode, man. Like I just didn't think we were gonna do that. Like we
You
didn't
don't
even
know
do the
that.
intro properly. We just like went, hey, what's up? We're not even drinking. We're just drinking water, man.
It's just business over
Yeah,
neutral. No, not even.
yeah,
My mug is empty.
yeah, man. Like I mean, what were we? We were just talking about anything.
Oh, fashion in business.
Yeah, but like no, like whether your appearance is really important, right? The importance of fashion and stuff because of the episode we're going to publish soon, which is with Joe
Mm.
Fox, right? From Elevate 8. Is
No, Lighthouse 8, man.
Lighthouse 8. I'm sorry, man. There's
Oh.
another thing called Elevate 8 or something like that. I can't remember. Um man, I just sound really drunk. I just realized that.
You just sound really
I'm really
uninformed,
sober.
like,
I'm just really
careless.
sober. I'm really sober. I just sound so drunk. Damn it. Um, but yeah, man, like so I think we've covered the topic of appearance from
Yep.
from fully clothed to naked. Some
Yep. Oh, one thing I want to talk about is scaling your income. Um,
man, go for it.
one strategy I've learned. I got a. Here you go. I just got a purchase of a book. So I got an alert saying someone bought my book. And that's good news. And although I worked to set it up and I'm still working to promote it, it's not a set income, like as in you go to a job and no matter how hard you work, that income is capped.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have some work on products or if you work on your own side hustle, try and work with the intent of try and find something that where the scale of income is unlimited.
Yeah, and
That makes sense.
David is going to try and sell you on like how to be an Amazon
Books.
e-commerce seller,
Yeah,
drop shipping.
exactly. With as little as 1 hour of work a week, you know me. Now I'm making $700 billion per month, and you can learn it too if you sign
Yeah.
up to this course.
Zimbabwean
Free,
dollars, so
free
it's about
webinar. Free,
$8. $8.
it's free webinar.
Well, sign up for a free. Oh man, just don't do that, man. Hey, hold on, but do you? Okay, what are your thoughts on all those YouTube ads and like Facebook ads of those sellers, e-commerce sellers and stuff, man? What are your honest thoughts about those guys?
My honest thoughts are they're bad and good. Bad in a way that people are succumbed to think that money can be easily made.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get lured in by that. I have been lured in by that. Good in a way that you learn your lesson after you sign up to something like that.
So basically, they're like a sin followed by punishment followed by atonement.
Yes, exactly. You're really deep tonight. It's because there's no alcohol.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
never.
Just
Yeah.
alcohol, just like saying, "Hey, what's up? Hey, guys."
Hey
Just
guys, don't forget to subscribe.
no, but like when you're I mean, so we're bombarded by those ads, right, on Facebook and everything, and
Yeah.
like all, and people call them scams. I'm not sure they're actually scams. I just think that they're doing what every other business does, but they're just really irritating because they're stopping you from watching that YouTube video you really want to watch, or like it's just
What's
Facebook ads, man.
what's admirable though is these people actually make a bit of money. But though it is sucking people their desperation though. That's
Yeah.
the bad part about it.
Well, so that's my thing, right? So because they said that they're really successful through selling through e-commerce, and I get it, and I completely understand why they're trying to sell these programs and training programs because it makes a
Mm.
ton of money. It's like real money for them, right? But
Yep.
I mean, if you're making millions of dollars, right, and you wouldn't you just scale your business through the products that you're selling?
Yep.
Why are you trying to do a training program, and that's going to make your industry
Exactly.
ultra competitive? You're hurting yourself, right? I mean, that's
Mm.
my thought. Like, maybe I don't know. I could honestly be missing a point because as much as I want to shit on them, I don't think that's fair because I actually don't know any internet or like e-commerce gurus. I don't know. I know e-commerce guys, but like they're not these type of guys. They're like they genuinely work in e-commerce companies and stuff.
Do you know what you should do? You should sign up for one, pay for a course. Tell
Oh
me how it
man,
goes.
dude, they're so expensive, man. I
You
think
will.
there was like one for you go for a free course. I saw somebody post the video online. They kind of took
Mm.
they recorded the course and posted it online, and they just kept on trying to sell you on like a $14,000 course throughout the
Mm.
entire free course. There was nothing of value added. So I just thought that was pretty scummy to me personally. But
Yeah, I've actually participated in some webinars like that. They just keep trailing and
mm,
teasing you about, but and showing results of clients and things like that, but they never actually give you solid information.
yeah, no, because man, because I've always been thinking, right, like if we do a lot of SEO stuff and we do a lot of things that like help brands scale. I mean, we can definitely help people learn these things and run courses and stuff. The reason I've held back is because we're not going to make a lot of money from that. We're going to make money from that if they buy on and add on and stuff, right? That's where we're going to make the
Mm.
real money from. So I kind of don't want to do that as well because it just feels a little
Yep.
bit scummy to target consumers like that.
Mm.
But then I mean that's honestly me because if you think about how every single consumer brand works, I mean I'm in the minority by far. Like everyone's like, you know, oh hey, buy this, then buy that, you know, buy an Apple, buy this buy this product,
Mm.
buy the AirPods, you know, buy everything, right? So it's I don't think it's fair to shit on a specific group of people just because they're doing what everybody else is doing. They're just irritating because it's on YouTube and Facebook and stuff.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, we're gonna title this "David Hates E-commerce Gurus" or "David
We're gonna
Trashes."
title this "Tone Walks Around Naked."
Oh no,
And
we should
there's something you hated, something you really insulted that I don't know what it is. I'm too used to you saying things that are really insulting.
just really hateful. All right.
Um.
No,
Yeah, man.
okay, yeah. So, dude, I've got one question, man. I got one more question before we end this podcast, right?
Whatever it is.
Yeah. Sorry.
Whatever it is.
Oh, okay, cool. Now I've forgotten the question, man. Thanks. I
Must have been really important.
Yeah, it was a really good question too, man.
It was one. It was
Uh
another like wise end of TV episode like
Are you
monologue.
having a stroke or something? You can
Yeah,
barely speak, man. You can barely put together
I'm
sentences.
stuttering. I stutter when I'm nervous or just full of anger.
But hey, so
Yeah,
really quick, right?
yeah.
Maybe you can tell people what exactly is coming up for business over drinks over the next couple of months as we grow and as we get better and as we do
All
more
right.
stuff.
So there's a lot. Oh man, if you are listening right now, you are in for a treat. Like you are like when you listen to this, there's a high chance that in the future, when you listen to a new episode, you will become a multimillionaire. you will, all your dreams will come true. If you're single and you're looking for someone, you will probably meet that person. If you are going through depression, if you're going through any anxiety, it will all be solved if you listen to our podcast. Um, Finances fixed, debt
No,
fixed.
we're gonna cut this out as well, man. You're putting us in so much liability here. What
Debt
the
fixed.
hell?
If you want to run for president, if you want, you can do anything if you listen to our podcast. You
Oh,
want those
hey,
new pair of
sorry.
Yeezys?
One quick thing, Dave. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Do you have your Kanye for president cards, man? Like Dave created
Yeah.
this really cool stuff.
Oh,
Kanye for
no, with
president.
me. Check him out on Instagram at Dean Blake Author.
Yeah,
Check him out.
we'll put some pictures on the show notes, man. In the show notes, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We,
The next card I plan to do is like topless Kanye on riding a dragon.
oh,
This
it's
is
really
gonna
cool,
take
man.
hours. That Kanye card took me maybe like 20 hours. Oh, you just condescending.
It's
That
really
look.
cool. It's really
Anyway,
cool.
I was teasing up for the trailer. So basically, you know what's coming is we're gonna have an intro clip. That's
Yeah.
it. It's going to be the greatest, and it's going to change your life. You're just
Yeah, no, it really will, man.
gonna wake up one day and think, "I'm so glad I spent 20 minutes of my life that I'll never get back."
Yeah.
Not 20 minutes, like, oh yeah,
Right.
should we make a 1 hour intro song for every podcast so people will just have to sit through
I mean, when you say have to, I think they won't.
it?
And we just say like you can't fast forward because we'll just have little bits in the middle, but then it's just intro, bit, intro, bit, intro, bit.
Can you still do it so like how websites back in the day, like if you try to exit, it will just pop up again?
Oh,
Can
oh
we
man,
do that for
that's
us?
terrible, man. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Just to,
This is our most irrelevant podcast we've ever done, man. I think
I
so.
hope it gets at least one listener
No,
of
dude,
yours.
I hope we publish this. There's
Yeah,
a
I want
small
to.
chance we won't, man. But anyway,
I'm going to say we will,
all right.
except for that one bit that we're going to cut out. I won't
Okay.
mention it now because we'll have to cut out this bit.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
Dave just said something really insensitive towards specific groups of people.
oh
Yeah. No.
gosh.
So anyway, yeah, I've got to go. I've got to do some stuff. But
You don't, you don't
if
have to do
if
anything.
you like, share, or comment on a post, drop us an email at hello@businessover drinks. You can actually win a free copy of David's book, Everyday
Yes.
Assholes.
Yep.
If you drop us an email and you don't want a free book and you want to get a free PR audit and a free PR assessment, we can do that as well for free. Just one person, because it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and I'll have to sit in on call, which I hate doing. So,
So
but
you're selling it really well. All right.
yeah, no, I'm really good at selling. No, so a PR audit generally is worth around a couple of thou, sing.
1,000 million, everyone.
Yeah, so a couple of $1,000, Singapore dollars. But usually we do it for our clients if they join us if they come on board with us for a few months. So it's really useful. It really gives you an idea of where you are, what you need to do, and like it sets up your strategy for the next, I don't know, 6 months, 12 months, sometimes, mostly 6.
Yeah. So just to complement that, I'm just a single author, right? And Tung's team has helped me get on major publications, some really big interviews, not just one country, all over the world. And he's done that for small companies to large companies. So the size is no matter. They're there to help, and they
Yeah,
walk the talk.
I mean, we try to, so that's why we don't oversell ourselves, and that's why I dress like a bum, because we can.
And that's why. And he talks really deep, like a wise shaman.
Oh, it's just insulting, man. It's just about my voice.
Well,
Though,
what's
isn't
wrong
it?
with it being a wise shaman?
I
Or is
mean,
is that what's the term for saying, like, is that?
wait, are you trying to say shaman?
Oh,
Is
I'm
it really,
thinking, yeah.
really thick Australian accent coming out, man?
Is it shaman or shaman?
This
Oh,
is
it's shaman,
shaman.
isn't it? Oh, it's
Shaman, isn't
embarrassing.
it? Shaman.
I'm thinking of M Night.
My name is Dave, and I want to be a shaman when I'm older.
I'm thinking of M Night Shyam.
It's Shyamalan though. That's also
Is it
shaman.
Shyamalan?
Yes, right? Isn't it? I don't know, man.
I thought it
Anyway,
was Shyamalan.
we're going off topic again, man.
Yeah,
So anyway, Dave, any last words before we say thanks for listening?
yeah. Just to live life, just to laugh and to love. Travel the world.
Don't do that. Just
Don't travel the world now. Not right now. Don't do it.
Don't do
Don't
it.
spread the disease.
Don't do it. Stay
Just
safe,
travel your
everybody.
house.
Stay safe.
How about you share something? You're full of wise. Say something wise, man. Dance, monkey, dance.
If you are concerned or worried or going through any struggles right now during this difficult period, just remember, no one really cares. All right.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap, everybody.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. See you. Bye-bye.